Welcome to r/IDontWorkHereLady, where we share stories about folks that are mistaken for employees by irate customers. And the first story is 2-for-1 deal on Karens, just in time for Christmas. So I got two today. Not nearly as dramatic as my previous I Don't Work Here experience, but still rude, annoying, and stupid. Also, major rambling warning, can't help myself, no brain left. For context, I'm reasonably unconventional appearance-wise. Very multicolored hair, multiple tattoos and facial piercings, generally a bit scruffy looking. I definitely rock a look I'd be unlikely to get away with working retail. And today was wearing a black t-shirt. WTNV again, must bring out the nutters. With a pair of tie-dyed pants so baggy that they fit my fat A with room for a few friends and maybe a surfboard. Honestly, no part of these pants aside from the waistband actually touches my skin, and I love them beyond all reason, fashion crime aside. I work in a school for very disadvantaged teenagers and stupidly volunteered to do Christmas for them, which means a present for everyone enrolled, 26 girls, 36 boys, and food hampers for the families who otherwise won't have anything nice to eat over the holidays, about 30. I had 4 hours to get this done on a budget, and I'm exhausted and traumatized and very, very underpaid, thanks so very much. For gifts, I decided on perfumes and colognes. As incredible as I like to pretend to be sometimes, I doubted my ability to find something personal for all 62 kids in a single shopping trip, and it's a luxury they wouldn't otherwise be able to enjoy. So, off to major discount chemist I go. It was heck. There were more people in this pharmacy than I thought existed in my entire city, and of course, all of them are in the perfume section. People are literally climbing over each other. It looked like the videos I've seen of Black Friday sales in America. Seriously, how do you do that to yourselves? Every year? I actually turned on my heel and walked back out to the van, but reminded myself it's for the kids several thousand times before diving back in. 40 minutes and some mild bruising later, I had 4 baskets full of perfume and cologne and was carefully making my way towards the end of the queue, approximately 3.5 kilometers from the checkout, when my shoulder was firmly tapped. I looked over to see a total Karen in 3/4 jeans, a pastel blouse, and the I want to speak to the manager haircut. Just a complete walking meme. Yes? I need one of those. She pointed to one of the perfumes in my topmost basket. They were over in the perfume section, but I'm pretty sure I got the last one. I turned and kept maneuvering my tower of baskets towards the queue. She stepped around me, nearly knocking over my effing baskets, and blocked the aisle. Staff can't just buy everything on sale before customers. Put them back! She shouted the last bit. Who shouts? I have never, ever needed to shout. The F? I don't work here. I'm shopping. You're in my way. Move. It's hot, I'm already exhausted, I'm trying to do maths in my head. Do not F with me. She reached into my basket and grabbed the perfume she wanted. My jaw hit the floor, and I genuinely had no idea how to respond. I mean, I wasn't gonna fight a middle-aged woman for a $15 bottle of perfume. My other options didn't sound great either. Fight my way back to the front of the store with my leaning tower of baskets and search for another perfume in the right price range, or for a staff member to help me. So, I just stared at her, completely baffled as to what was happening right that moment. And she stared back, as if daring me to do something. Thankfully, she had drawn the attention of a security guard, who took back the perfume, told her off for harassing customers, and asked her to continue her shopping or leave. Lovely security guard also took my baskets and put them behind the counter, so I could join the queue and pay for them when I got to the front. Bless him. I congratulated myself for surviving another I Don't Work Here encounter, and coming in under budget, and moved on to the next part of my shopping heck, hampers. This required a trip to a major supermarket, and I knew I'd need about 4 trolleys worth of groceries. Inspired by lovely security guard, I spoke to customer service when I got there, explained what I was doing, and they allowed me to bring each trolley to the customer service desk when it was full, so I could continue my shopping and pay all at once at the end. They also offered to help me get it all out to the van. Lovely customer service. I was halfway through trolley number 3 when I hear an "excuse me." I turned around thinking, oh F no, not again, go away, Karen. To see a perfectly nice-looking little old lady. Phew! Where will I find baking soda? Sorry, no idea. Baking soda was not on my list, and the only thing that mattered in that moment was my effing list, written in purple texta, because someone at my work must eat biros. On the back of a reading comprehension worksheet, crumpled and sweaty and nearly unreadable. What do you mean you have no idea? You're doing the shelves. She gestured around me, my trolley, my list, and the near-empty shelf behind me. I mean, if by doing the shelves she means removing 30 of everything from them, then sure, I was doing the shelves. I don't usually shop here. Ask up the front. I didn't think it was necessary to tell her that I didn't work there. I wasn't wearing red, and my pants can be seen from space, so even if her eyesight wasn't great, I wasn't in anything approaching a uniform, unless stoners have uniforms now. I wasn't even close to done for the day. I still had shopping to do. Then I had to get it all back to campus, unpack it, split it out into hampers, and package it back up, wrap 62 presents, and write tags and cards for all of it. I had less than 2 hours left. I was running on pure adrenaline and a constant mantra of, "It's for the kids." Which is, of course, when the nice little old lady revealed herself to be nothing more than a retired Karen and started screeching about bad service and calling managers. I couldn't even muster the F's to respond. I just kept wandering down the aisles, periodically emptying shelves into my trolley. She followed me screeching for 2 whole aisles. Unfortunately for her, I work with teenagers, and there's no amount of noise I can't drown out. She was at the customer service desk when I went to deposit trolley number 3, complaining about the rude staff member that wouldn't help her find baking soda. She didn't see me, so I continued on, leaving her to describe me to a baffled employee at the service desk. "Sorry, mate, SH to do." Never volunteering to do Christmas again. Not without a raise, time off in lieu, and a puppy. The next story is, lady thinks I work at Disney because I was trading pins with my daughter. So, my family is very fortunate to live very close to Disney World. Every year when they have their Florida residents 4-day passes, we go. This year, my daughter and I decided to try pin trading. Our first day, we stopped outside of the entrance to Disney to use the bathroom. I waited outside with my 2 daughters, 3 years and 6 months, and decided to practice how to do the pin trading with my 3-year-old while we waited for my husband to come out. Let me also say I looked nothing like how the cast members at Disney looked. I had a Winnie the Pooh tank top on, black shorts, a Disney lanyard with pins, and on my back I had an Ida bag full of pins. I didn't plan on trading. I also had 2 strollers in front of me. No one should have mistook me for a cast member. After doing some mock trading with my daughter, a little boy probably around 8 asked me to look at my pins. I showed him the ones on my lanyard, since I keep all my pins I want to trade on there. He didn't seem too interested in the pins on my lanyard, but soon noticed my Ida bag. "Boy, can I see those pins?" "Me, sure, but I don't want to trade these." I show him the pins in my bag and say again how I don't trade those. He soon spots a Nightmare Before Christmas pin that's actually my husband's. My attempt of trying to get him into pin trading too. "Boy, I want this one." "Me, I'm sorry, that one isn't mine to trade. You can pick any of these." I motioned to my lanyard, while trying to now keep my 3-year-old from running off into the park. I soon noticed the kid's mom coming towards me. I was a little relieved, hoping she would pull him away from me. "Mom, oh, are you trading? How fun." "Boy, Mom, I want that one, and she won't trade it with me." "Mom, well, she has to. It's Disney's rules." At this point, my anxiety had taken over. At Disney, the cast members have to trade their pins with anyone who asks to trade. Other guests do not. I sigh, trying to calm myself down. "Me, the cast members have to trade, but I do not. He can trade one of the ones on my lanyard, but my bag holds the pins I don't want to trade." "Mom, you're not an exception to the rule. Trade with my son or I'm going to report you to your manager." "Me, do you seriously think I'm a cast member?" "Mom, you were just trading with that little girl, so it's obvious you are." "Me, I was just practicing trading with my daughter." "Mom, wait right here. I'm going to go get your manager and we'll settle all this out." I didn't say anything. I was so dumbfounded. I'm here struggling with a 3-year-old and a baby, and she thinks I'm working? All I could think is maybe she didn't actually think that. Maybe she was just trying to manipulate me to trade with her son. I don't know. My husband came out of the bathroom before she came back. I wasn't going to sit there waiting for her. Lucky Disney is big enough that I didn't see her for the rest of the day. I'm still so confused, but at least it didn't get violent, and I was able to enjoy the rest of the day without anyone else thinking I was working there. Another story is, gave one a taste of her own medicine. 'Twas a couple weeks before Christmas, and in the back of the store, every department manager stood, hoping they would not draw the short straw. The boss had wanted to do some big displays for our store, which meant one of us had to go down to the nearest crafts and homewares place to pick up the balloons he'd ordered, and a few other things. We were drawing straws because no one likes running errands to this place. It's basically walking into the lion's den of ladies who insist you work there. A large number of the customers are either senior citizens or entitled soccer moms. Their uniform is similar to ours in that we both wear black pants and steel caps. They never have enough staff on, and the queues at the till are long no matter when you go. You cannot walk in there looking even vaguely like you may work in retail or you're going to get hassled. As you can guess by reading this, I drew the short straw. I took off my uniform shirt, picked up my backpack, put my headphones in hoping that this would protect me somewhat, and walked into the store, which was already shoulder to shoulder. And as usual, they only had a couple of tills open with lines snaking around the store. Great. I breezed through that store avoiding eye contact with everyone, headphone in but off so I can hear what's going on. I'm still having loads of people try to catch my eye and wave me down. By the time I get what I needed, I've already had to point to my headphones about 15 times, because people are just coming up to me and asking me SH. I take my place at the end of the massive queue. I've got a big trolley stuff and a huge bunch of helium balloons. There's a group of about 4 older women behind me being about how long the line is. I notice that one woman is talking louder, raising her voice saying something like, "They must open another till," Whatever happened to customer service, etc., etc. She's occasionally clearing her throat, and I get the impression she thinks I'm an employee and wants me to overhear. I was not wrong. After a couple more minutes of this and very little movement, there's a tap on my shoulder. Lady, are you going to open a… Me, I don't work here. I shove my headphone back in. A few more minutes go by and the lady is still whinging. Another shoulder tap. Lady, can't you just… Me, no. Headphone back in. I'm hoping my bluntness has gotten through to her. More whinging, more minutes. Another tap. Lady, the line is just very long and we're in a hurry. Me, so go get on a till then. I'd really had enough of her SH by now. Lady looks like I just told her Wheel of Fortune reruns are canceled. Excuse me? I just want to… Me, yeah, I'm in a hurry too, so why don't you open a till? Lady, I don't work here, I'm a customer. Me, neither do I, and I'm a customer too, but apparently that doesn't matter to you, so on you go, open a till, we're waiting. The look of shock on the face of her and her friends was incredible. We kind of stared at each other for a second or two while she registered that I wasn't kidding around. Then I turned back and they went back to their muttering. I didn't get another shoulder tap after that. I hope she learned a lesson that day. The last story is, no words were needed. I've been paranoid about being mistaken for an employee since I started reading r/IDontWorkHereLady. Even had nightmares about it. I'm usually pretty careful, but last month I slipped up. It was mid-December, so the Christmas shopping frenzy was in full swing. I had already done mine on Cyber Monday, but that particular morning I had fed my cat the last crumbs at the bottom of the bag, and really needed to stop after work to get cat food, among other absolute essentials. I stopped at the local Blue Vest place because it was my only chance to grab everything I needed in one stop. As soon as I stepped through the doors, I felt eyes on me, intensely. Then it dawned on me. I had worn my Blue Company polo today. Same shade and everything, save for a print of the healthcare company I work for on the right breast pocket. I resolved to get in, at least get the cat food, no kitty of mine goes hungry, stay low-key, and get out. I stayed out of the main aisles, I didn't make eye contact with anyone. If somebody started approaching me, I quickly ducked around a corner. I was killing it. I had everything but the cat food when I finally ran into the boss of this level. There were several people in the cat food aisle, including an older man. He was visibly confused and upset and was shuffling through cat food bags. They quite obviously didn't have his brand on display. I approached slowly and quietly, like a lioness stalking prey through the tall grass of the savannah. I reached around the man and grabbed the kitty kibble. I thought I was home free, but when I dropped the bag in my handbasket, the old guy finally noticed me. He locked eyes with me. He took a breath and was preparing to say something, probably along the lines of, "Hey, could you check the back for blah blah brand?" If he asked me for help, other customers would hear, and at that point it might as well be sharks drawn to blood in the water. I took a gamble. Before a sound escaped him, I quickly put my finger to my lips, indicating for him to shush. The gambit paid off. Rather than get incensed at the audacity of the gesture to a customer, he was confused and curious. I shook my head and pointed to the logo on my shirt. He peered down through his bifocals, said a simple, okay, and he went on his way. No real words exchanged. I hauled it through the back aisles to the cash registers, paid, and got the heck out of there, without any more unnecessary human contact. Yeah, I might have social anxiety issues. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.